Welcome back to Midco Sports Tonight. Joined as always on Mondays by the head coach of UND hockey, Brad Berry. And Brad, another weekend, another tough NCHC series, another split for your team. Your overall thoughts on the two games against Omaha this weekend?
Yeah, again, another 120 minutes of solid hockey. Getting the result we wanted on Saturday, but not so much on Friday. And, a couple things led into Friday night. But, if you get that effort and that compete level, 120 minutes, you're usually on the right end of it.
Yeah, Friday night in Baxter Arena. Team off to a good start against a team that had not lost at home since the Christmas break. Up 2-0 after the first, 3-1 midway through the second. What did you like about that opening 20 minutes of your team?
Well, our starts have been better. Obviously, scoring a goal early is huge. We got a couple of them early on, and that's a big deal. I thought we got in a little bit of penalty trouble in the second period. We couldn't kill those penalties, and they reeled off 3 power play goals, and that was the difference of the game.
Yeah, and as you said, that shifted things dramatically in the second period. They scored 4 goals in the second. 3 coming on the power play. Yeah. How were they able to break down your PK?
Well, all different sorts of it. They got a couple of flank shots for a goal. We killed off the third one. We killed off everything until 18 seconds of it, and they got a kind of a lucky bounce off us in front of the net and put one in there. So their power play was clicking. Our penalty kill wasn't, and that was the difference. And we were a lot better on it on Saturday.
Yeah. How much in the course of that game one? How much did that just not demoralize, but kind of take the wind out of your sails when you do go on the power play, or go on the penalty kill, and unable to kill those off?
Yeah, well, those are momentum times of games. Anytime where you get a good kill, that gives your team momentum. You get a power play goal, that gives the other team momentum. And, it's one of those shifts in games where you got to stay with it. And, I thought in the third period we had some opportunities. They only really had one good look in the third period, 5-on-5, and we had some good looks that we couldn't capitalize on. But again, like I said, when you usually get 3 goals or more in a game, that's a good chance of winning. You just can't give those power play goals up.
Yeah, chasing the game late, down 4-3, you pull Peter Tome. They get a couple of empty net goals to earn the 6-3 win. Going into Saturday, you had some personnel decisions to make. You decided to go with Cam Johnson back in net, and you got Nick Jones back in the lineup after missing the last 5 games. Talk about the choices to get those 2 guys back into your lineup.
Well, first of all, Cam, obviously championship goaltender. Gave Peter an opportunity to play, and Peter played okay, played all right on Friday night. But Cam was ready to go. He had a great week of practice. He was, played with a chip on his shoulder on Saturday night, and that's a Cam Johnson that we know and love on his game on Saturday. And then with Nick Jones, he another day he was healthy, put him in the lineup, and that helped us, especially on the penalty kill and 5-on-5. He was outstanding on winning faceoffs and just playing good baseline hockey.
Yeah, you mentioned Cam, again, a great performance by him right from the start. He made a couple of big saves in that first period, a couple on the penalty kill as well, to keep you guys scoreless through the first period, and then the team started to take things over in the second.
Yeah, you know what, Cam made some huge saves. I think he stopped the breakaway and had a couple of point-blank shots that he turned away, which gave our team momentum. And then obviously Nick Jones too, in the face-off dot, starting with the puck and just playing that hard baseline game. It was good. I also thought Casey Johnson playing with Johnny Simonson and Cole Smith, that line gave us some energy, and they end up scoring a goal, 5-on-5.
Yeah, both of your goals in that game, aside from the empty netter from Rhett Gardner, created by defensemen. Colton Pullman making a good play, Josh Rieger making a good play. Good to see those guys from the back starting to step up and make some offense things happen.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think they've been doing that. Christian Wallana, another player that leads to the offense apart from the back end. Those guys have been doing a good job of trying to supplement our offense here, and again, it was we needed it at that time of the game.
The penalty kill, which we talked about, that struggled so much on Friday, and you mentioned was so much better on Saturday, 4 for 4. And the big thing was, too, you didn't have to kill off any penalties in the third. The team played very well, didn't take any unnecessary penalties in the final 20 minutes, and you outshot them 14-4 over that frame. How big was it for your team to kill the game off like you did?
Well, it was huge. It was huge, and I think obviously. We ran into a couple penalties on Saturday night in the second period that we had to kill off. And then the third period, anytime that you can stay 5-on-5 and you have the lead, you have a good chance of winning the game. And again, our guys did a good job of closing it out.
Yeah, so the big 3-0 win on Saturday, again, gets you back to that third place tie, albeit with Duluth now instead of Western Michigan as you were last week. Duluth's the team that just came off a sweep over Miami, and that's the team obviously you play next, going on the road to Oxford. It's a Red Hawk team that has struggled lately. 5 straight losses. They have not scored in their last 3 games, but I'm assuming that makes them all the more dangerous hosting you guys this weekend.
Yeah, their week of practice is going to be a hard one, and where they want to get back, where they want to be, and we have to make sure that we keep doing what we're doing and even get better in some different areas too. So again, we're going into their building again on the road, and again, that Friday night game is critical for us.
Yeah, this is a team now that is below you in the pairwise standings, right around that 30th spot.
Yeah.
couple of key games. Certainly, how important now is it to go and get results on the road, knowing not just home ice is at stake, but that berth in the NCAA.
Yeah, we're right on the bubble there right now, and we know that our backs are against the wall, and that's keeping us our feet to the fire here. And again, we'll have a great week of practice leading up to Miami, knowing that it's a pivotal weekend for us.
Yeah, 2 big games in Oxford for North Dakota coming up on Friday and Saturday. Coach, safe travels out east, and we'll talk about it with you next week.
Thanks, Alex.
Brad Berry. Kelly, back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Alex. Coming up after the break, Elena Lamson is in studio to recap the Summit League Swimming and Diving Championships, which are held in Sioux Falls over the weekend. Stay tuned.